Hi, this is 13.3 loan payments. So this is about installment loans and also mortgage loans. We can have any kind of loan, and many of them work basically the same way. So it's usually for a specific item or a store loan for items purchased: car, boat, electronics, Best Buy, a home mortgage. Interest is paid on the principal. And fees may be charged, and the loan is paid back with equal payments. Now we have to talk about our TVM keys. So whenever you're putting a number in for present value, that is the amount you have borrowed, and it's going to be a positive. All right, so present value is going to be the amount borrowed. Okay, and then the payments will be negative because you are paying that in, right? You're not going to have that money in hand any longer because you're paying them. Now, it says usually monthly, and for us, we're going to always do monthly. Okay, so I'm not going to have you worry about it in any other way. So loan payments with any loans, we're going to do monthly. And then, excuse me, now there could be loans that are not monthly. What I'm saying is for us, we are only going to do loans that are monthly. And then future value, well, think about this. It's a loan, and so your future value should be 0, right? Your future value should end up as a 0 because you're paying the loan off with your payments. So eventually, sometimes it seems like forever, you're going to get to the end of that loan and you're not going to owe any more money. Okay, so we're going to put in a loan and go through all the steps with our TVM keys. We basically put it in the same way as long as we get our negatives and positives right. All right, so Mary is purchasing a car for $12,000. She can get an auto loan for 7.25% for 5 years. What will her monthly payments be? Okay, so we're just checking for the payment. We do 5 times 12 equals, because she's making payments for 5 years and they're monthly. The interest rate divided by 12 equals, don't forget your equals before you put that on your TVM key. Also, don't forget, reset your calculator, clear your TVM keys on a regular basis to keep your calculator operating properly. And then the present value is $12,000. Now that $12,000 is a positive. So I'm writing that just to emphasize that we do put that in as a positive. Our future value is 0. We're going to pay the loan off eventually, right? And then we're going to compute the payment, and that's going to tell how much you have to pay on a monthly basis for this loan. Okay, so when you compute, remember you can pause, put everything in before you look at the rest of this. The payment's going to be $239.03. All right, so there's our first loan with the TVM keys, right? Time value of money. Okay, so now we're going to calculate total interest paid. And there's a certain process you go through so that you can, figure this out in the end. So here's how we do this. First, we retype the payment. So instead of leaving the payment on your calculator, right, you've computed the payment, it's right there on your screen. We are not going to use it, the payment on the screen, because the hidden decimals are there, right? If we retype it, then we have taken care of those hidden decimals. So retype the payment, and then we're going to multiply by the number of payments. So that's n, right? Your amount that you put in for N, 5 times 12, for instance, on this one would be 60 payments. And then we subtract the principal from that. So when we figure that, we are finding the total amount paid, we subtract the principal, and that equals the interest paid. Okay, so it says right here, right, we're going to retype the payment. This is steps 1 and 2. And then multiply it by the number of payments. And so our number of payments was 5 times 12, which is 60. Okay, so we're going to use 60 payments times 239.03 and just key that in, right? Don't keep it on your calculator, key it in. And then that gives us the total amount that the loan cost. Well, if I could just write here, $14,341.80. So that's the total amount paid on the loan. Remember that we borrowed, how much did we borrow? We borrowed $12,000. And then we subtract the principal to see how much interest we paid. Okay, so obviously we have to pay back the principal. We take the $14,341.80, subtract the amount of our principal, the amount borrowed. So this is always going to be whatever your present value was, right? That is the principal amount. So we paid $2,341.80 for our interest on this loan. Right, so that is our total interest. Maybe I should say that. Right, that amount right there. And then we're going to look at a breakdown of several payments that Mary made on her car. And so you're going to see the payment, interest, principal, balance. And so, of course, the balance is decreasing. What I'd like you to look at is look at the column for interest and notice it is decreasing. And that's what it should do, because as you pay more toward your principal, your balance is less. And so you're going to pay less interest, but more principal. So notice the principal column increases as the interest column decreases. And that's how it should work. But if you look at the interest plus the principal for any one payment, it always adds up to $239.03. So every payment's made up of the principal amount and the interest amount, and our balance decreases based on the amount of principal paid. And so you could check this out, right? If you took $11,833.47 and subtract the amount of principal for the next one, then you get the $11,665.93, and so on. And that's how it breaks down. All right, what are we on time? All right, so the problem you see on your screen will be on the next video, because we have several steps to go through for this particular example, and I want to put it all on the same video. So I will stop this one now and pick it up on the next one.